Row, Chapter 15.
Why, if I had a pup like this, I'd have a real bird dog in 3 years. I'd take a bitch every time.
Would you like to have one?
You'd really let me have one? Oh, Jesus Christ, yes.
Yeah, take your pick. Nobody seems to understand bird dogs anymore.
The boys stood in the kitchen and gathered quick impressions. It was obvious that the wife was away. The open cans, the frying pan with lace from fried eggs still sticking to it, the crumbs on the kitchen table, the open box of shotgun shells on the bread box all shrieked of the lack of a woman, while the white curtains and the papers on the dish shelves and the 2 small towels on the rack told them a woman had been there. And they were unconsciously glad she wasn't there. The kind of woman who put papers on shelves and had little towels like that instinctively distrusted and disliked Mac and the boys. Such women knew that they were the worst threats to a home, for they offered ease and thought and companionship as opposed to neatness, order, and properness. They were very glad she was away. Now the captain seemed to feel that they were doing him a favor. He didn't want them to leave. He said hesitantly,
Boys wouldn't like a little something to warm you up before you go out for the frogs.
When we're out doing scientific stuff, we kind of make it a rule not to touch nothing.
and then quickly, as though he might have gone too far,
But seeing how you've been so nice to us, I wouldn't mind a short one. I don't know about the boys.
the boys agreed that they wouldn't mind a short one either. The captain got a flashlight and went down in the cellar. They could hear moving lumber and boxes about, and he came back upstairs with a 5-gallon oak keg in his arms. He set it on the table.
During Prohibition, I got some corn whiskey and laid it away. It's pretty old now. I almost forgot it. You see, my wife...
He let it go at that because it was apparent that they understood. The captain knocked out the oak plug from the end of the keg and got glasses down from the shelf that had scalloped edged paper laid on it. It is a hard job to pour a small drink from a 5-gallon keg. Each of them got half a water glass of the clear brown liquor. They waited ceremoniously for the captain, and then they said, "Over the river," and tossed it back.
Over the river.
They swallowed, tasted their tongues, sucked their lips, and there was a faraway look in their eyes. Mac peered his empty glass as though some holy message were written in the bottom, and then he raised his eyes.
Can't say nothing about that.
Hours later, they recalled what they had come for. The men crept through the darkness toward the pool. The captain carried a nearly filled pitcher of whiskey, and every man had his own glass. A wave of frantic, frustrated frogs broke over the bank, crawled, leaped, scrambled. They clambered up the grass, and then, horror on horror, the flashlights found them. 2 men gathered them like berries. Tens of 50s of them were flung into the gunny sacks, and the sacks were filled with tired, frightened, and disillusioned frogs, with dripping, whimpering frogs. Frogs by the pound, by the 50 pounds. They weren't counted, but there must have been 600 or 700. They had a short one in the grass before they went back to the house, so they wouldn't catch a cold.
Okay, we're done.